At one point, I felt my husband was a lazy man, also thinking he is not doing what he ought to do as a man in the house. I was 28 years, with 2 kids and my husband. I thought I had mastered the art of gratitude. My husband Adebayo was into tie and dye, popularly known as Kampala at Itoku Market, Abeokuta. He was hard-working, God-fearing, and intentional about his family. With a profit from his business, he had even purchased 2 tricycles that brought in steady weekly returns. In just 7 years of marriage, we had a roof over our heads, food on our table, and a promising future. He always assured me that his old Corolla 2000 model would soon be replaced with something better. But the day we moved into that new environment, something shifted in me. I began to notice what I lacked rather than what I had. When the tricycle driver came to pick my children, I would stand at the balcony and watch my neighbor's children climb into one of the latest cars in town. Their compound was filled with bicycles of different colors. My children only managed one. Their kids attended the best schools in town, while my children went to an average school. And their mother also portrayed everything about her husband's wealth. The woman never repeated wigs. Every day a new look, a new style. Meanwhile, I didn't even own one wig for myself. Suddenly, my husband's efforts didn't feel enough to me any longer. My heart turned restless, and I began to nag. One night, as he dropped into bed tired, I crossed my arms and said, "Bayo, I think we need to change the children's school. Our level is higher than the school these children attend." He glanced at me, weary but calm, and replied, "But they're doing so well there. Why move them when it's affordable?" I flared up, "Are you sure you won't start taking them to school yourself? Every day, tricycle, it's embarrassing, honestly." He sighed, rubbing his forehead. "So you would prefer we put them in a school where, before we pay fees, we must sell property?" I ignored his question and engaged him with another question. I asked again, "When are you even going to change this your old car? Bayo, this car has gone." He chuckled lightly, though I could see the sting in his eyes. "God will help us, my dear. And please, buy me a wig. Even if it's just one. I can't keep looking this plain." He was quiet for a moment, then muttered, "Why not be grateful? Many children trek to school daily. As for the wig, no problem. I will send you money to get not one but 2. But mark my words, this wig will teach you some lessons about life." The next day, money dropped in my account. I rushed to Instagram, ordered my wig, and waited impatiently. When it arrived, I wore it proudly the following morning. I stood before the mirror, adjusted it, and smiled. Finally, I belong. But as I stepped outside with my kids, ready to follow the tricycle driver, my neighbor drove past with her children. She was glowing in a Brazilian hair wig. I knew it cost over ₦1,000,000. She waved politely before gliding off in her 2024 Kia. I froze. My brand new wig felt like nylon on my head. Instead of sulking, I forced a laugh. So this is the race I signed up for? There will always be another level. I realized that if I don't choose peace, I will never stop running after shadows. True peace is in contentment. That evening, after school and lunch, my first son, who we had enrolled in piano lessons since he was age 4, sat at his keyboard. At age 5, he was already a little genius. He played beautifully, his little fingers dancing over the keys as he taught his younger brother. My heart melted with pride. Then, a knock came at the door. It was my neighbor. She smiled warmly. "Good evening. Please, forgive me for disturbing." I kept hearing piano sounds from my apartment, and I told myself, I must find out who's playing so beautifully. "I can't believe it's your son." I beamed, still shocked. "Yes, it's him. He loves it." She sighed. "We've spent so much money on schools and extra classes, but my children don't pick things easily. Please, can they learn from your son? We will even pay." I laughed softly and shook my head. "No need to pay. He will teach them for free. Children should grow together." She thanked me endlessly before leaving with her kids. She said something again. "I always admire all your beautiful Kampala that you rock. I don't mind knowing your dealer." I blushed as I said, "My husband is a dealer." Her face brightened with a glow as she said, "No wonder." We laughed and exchanged contact before she left. I closed the door, leaned against it, and sighed deeply. That day, a truth hit me hard. The next day, I took my kids to school and I went straight home, prepared a nice meal and headed to my husband's shop to help him out. I just reached out to my girls to handle my jewelry shop for that day. When I arrived, he was arranging Kampala fabrics, carefully placing samples on shelves. He smiled when he saw me. I walked in, hugged him from behind, and whispered, "Well done, my husband." He turned, surprise and warmth in his eyes as he replied. I started helping him out, and he would turn and ask me, "What happened?" I drew close as I put my arms on his shoulder, and I said softly, "I was blind," I admitted. "I kept seeing what we didn't have, and I nagged. But I forgot that not every woman has what I have, a visionary husband. You've given us comfort, stability, and hope. You have built us from scratch, and I should have been grateful all along." His face softened, and he blushed. I saw it, and it made me smile too. He pulled me close and said, "You know, you almost made me feel like I was not doing enough. But hearing this now, it means everything. Life is not about competing. It's about building steadily with contentment." I smiled, wiping my eyes. I said, "Dear, please eat. You have really tried. I have come to help you today." We sat, shared the meal, laughed, and worked together. That day felt lighter, fuller. And as the evening came, I had this playful thought, maybe the third child should be conceived tonight. Marriage is truly beautiful when you are together with the right person and refuse to be oppressed. Marriage is sweet journey, but only when you stop competing and start appreciating. Moral lesson. Contentment brings peace. When you stop comparing, you start living. If you find this story interesting, please do well to like, comment, and subscribe.